Ladies and gentlemen, when you understand your worth, your value, and the divine light within you, you don't need to chase anyone. A woman of God walks with grace, stands with strength, and knows her worth comes not from others, but from the Creator. She doesn't lower herself to fit someone else's world. She builds her own and lets the right person step in with respect and intention. A woman of God doesn't chase because she understands this what's meant for her will not require her to beg, compromise her dignity, or question her worth. Let me take you on a journey of 6 powerful truths that every woman of faith must hold close to her heart. A woman of God understands her identity is rooted in something far greater than the world's standards or the opinions of others. She is divinely chosen, handpicked by the Creator, and her value is not up for negotiation. This understanding shifts her mindset from desperation to purpose, from seeking approval to standing firm in her worth. She knows that being chosen by God means she is loved, cherished, and equipped for a unique path that does not require her to chase after anyone to feel validated. Desperation stems from a place of fear of being alone, fear of being overlooked, or fear of not being enough. But a woman of God operates from a place of faith. She knows that her life is not defined by who notices her or who chooses to stay. Her worth isn't dependent on another person's attention or affection. Instead, it is anchored in the unwavering love of her Creator, a love that is constant, unconditional, and eternal. This understanding allows her to let go of the need to strive for human validation and embrace the truth that she is already enough. When a woman chases, she inadvertently diminishes her own value. She sends a message not only to others but to herself that she must prove her worthiness to be loved or wanted. But a woman who knows she is divinely chosen carries herself differently. She walks with a quiet confidence that says, I am already valuable. I am already loved. I do not need to chase because what is meant for me will find me. This mindset shifts her energy from desperation to attraction, from scarcity to abundance. She does not settle for crumbs of attention because she understands that she is worthy of the entire feast. Being chosen by God means that her life has a purpose beyond the temporary highs of romantic attention. Her calling is not to chase after relationships, but to pursue her divine mission. She knows that her focus should be on becoming the woman she was created to be: strong, compassionate, resilient, and full of faith. When she prioritizes her growth, her relationship with God, and her purpose, she aligns herself with the blessings meant for her. The right relationships will flow naturally into her life without her needing to compromise her dignity or chase after them. This understanding also changes how she views rejection. A woman who knows she is chosen does not see rejection as a reflection of her worth. Instead, she sees it as divine protection. She understands that not every closed door is a loss sometimes. It is God redirecting her towards something better. She does not cling to what isn't meant for her or lower herself to fit into someone else's world. Instead, she trusts that the Creator has already planned her steps and that what is meant for her will not require her to beg or force it. Her confidence comes from knowing that she is loved perfectly by God. Human love is flawed, conditional, and sometimes fleeting, but God's love is steady and eternal. This truth frees her from the need to grasp for affection or chase after validation. She is already seen, already valued, and already held in the highest regard by the one who created her. This knowledge empowers her to stand tall, even when the world tries to tell her she isn't enough. A woman of God also understands that desperation can cloud judgment. When a person operates from a place of neediness, they are more likely to accept less than they deserve or to tolerate behavior that does not honor their worth. But a woman who knows she is chosen holds herself to a higher standard. She waits for the man who sees her value without her needing to prove it. She waits for the one who pursues her with intention, respect, and love that mirrors the love of God. This mindset does not make her arrogant or unapproachable. Rather, it makes her grounded and secure. She doesn't chase because she understands that love is not something to be grasped for. It is something to be given and received freely. She doesn't manipulate or scheme to gain someone's attention because she knows that real love doesn't require games. Her trust in God's plan gives her patience and peace. She can stand firm in her faith, knowing that the right person will come into her life at the right time and in the right way. To be divinely chosen is to live with the assurance that her worth is already established. It is to rest in the knowledge that she is loved by the Creator of the universe and that this love is more than enough. It is to walk with dignity, grace, and confidence, knowing that she does not need to chase anyone to feel complete. She is already whole, already chosen, and already cherished. With this truth, she can step away from desperation and into the fullness of her divine purpose, trusting that everything meant for her will come in its time. God's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with our expectations. Life often feels like a series of waiting rooms where we sit, eager for the doors to open, only to be met with silence. It's in these moments of delay that frustration, doubt, and impatience can creep in. But for a woman of faith, understanding the perfection of God's timing brings peace and clarity. She knows that every moment of waiting has a purpose, even if that purpose isn't immediately visible. God doesn't work on human timelines. His plans are always greater, wiser, and more fulfilling than anything we could design for ourselves. When you trust in God's timing, you begin to realize that delays are not denials. They are often moments of preparation. What feels like a delay is, in truth, a season where God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating events and aligning opportunities in ways we can't yet see. It's easy to want things now, to feel ready and impatient for what we desire. But the truth is, sometimes we're not as ready as we think we are. God, in His wisdom, knows when we are truly prepared to receive His blessings. He uses seasons of waiting to refine us, to strengthen our faith, and to teach us lessons that will sustain us in the next chapter of our lives. A woman who understands this truth doesn't rush ahead or force things to happen before their time. She knows that what is meant for her will come, not a moment too soon or too late. She doesn't settle for less than God's best just because she's tired of waiting. Instead, she leans into her faith, trusting that the same God who planted her dreams in her heart will also bring them to fruition. This trust doesn't come from naivety or blind optimism. It comes from a deep belief in the goodness and faithfulness of God. She knows that He has a plan for her life, and that plan is far better than anything she could imagine. In the waiting, God often reveals Himself in profound ways. It's during these times that we learn to depend on Him more fully. When the answers don't come quickly, we are forced to seek Him, to draw closer to Him, and to trust Him even when the path ahead isn't clear. This deepening of faith is one of the most valuable gifts of waiting. It teaches us patience, perseverance, and reliance on God rather than on our own understanding or efforts. God's timing also teaches us humility. It reminds us that we are not in control and that we don't have all the answers. In a world that constantly pushes us to take control and make things happen, waiting on God is a radical act of faith. It's an acknowledgement that we are not the masters of our fate, but servants of a higher purpose. This surrender isn't easy, but it is necessary. It allows us to let go of anxiety and rest in the assurance that God is working all things together for our good. Another truth about God's timing is that it often protects us from harm. We may feel disappointed when things don't go as planned or when certain doors remain closed, but hindsight often reveals the wisdom of those delays. The relationship that didn't work out, the job that didn't come through, or the opportunity that fell apart may have been God's way of shielding us from something that wasn't meant for us. He sees the entire picture, the things we can't see, and His timing ensures that we walk into blessings, not burdens. Trusting in God's timing also requires patience with ourselves. Sometimes the delay isn't about external circumstances, but about our own growth. There are seasons where God is molding us, shaping our character, and teaching us the lessons we need to learn before we can step into the next phase of our lives. A woman of faith embraces this process, understanding that growth takes time and that the waiting is never wasted. Every moment serves a purpose, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Faith in God's timing transforms how we approach life. Instead of striving and stressing, we learn to rest and trust. Instead of feeling anxious about the future, we find peace in the present, knowing that God is in control. This doesn't mean we stop working toward our goals or abandon our dreams. It means we release the pressure of trying to make everything happen on our own. We do our part, but we leave the results to God, trusting that He will open the right doors at the right time. For a woman of God, this understanding is liberating. It frees her from the need to compare her journey to others or to measure her success by the world's standards. She knows that her life is unfolding exactly as it should, according to God's perfect plan. She walks with confidence, not because she knows what the future holds, but because she knows who holds the future. And in that knowledge, she finds peace, purpose, and a deep, unshakable faith in the perfection of God's timing. Self-worth begins with self-love, a fundamental truth that shapes how we see ourselves and the world around us. Without self-love, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from others, measuring our value by external standards, or allowing ourselves to be defined by the opinions and actions of those around us. But when self-love becomes the foundation of our lives, everything changes. It allows us to recognize our inherent value, not because of what we do or how others perceive us, but simply because we exist as unique, divinely created individuals. Self-love is not selfish or self-indulgent. It's an act of honoring who you are and recognizing that you are deserving of care, respect, and kindness, especially from yourself. It is about treating yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer to someone you love deeply. This love for yourself creates a ripple effect that influences every aspect of your life, from your relationships to your ambitions to the way you handle challenges. The journey to self-love often begins with unlearning the negative beliefs we've absorbed over time. Society, past experiences, and even our inner critic can feed us messages that tell us we're not enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough. These false narratives can become deeply ingrained, leading us to undervalue ourselves or strive for perfection to feel worthy. Self-love challenges these lies. It reminds us that we are already enough, just as we are. It encourages us to let go of unrealistic expectations and to embrace our flaws as part of our humanity. When you love yourself, you stop seeking approval from others. You no longer feel the need to fit into molds that don't align with who you truly are. Instead, you begin to define success and happiness on your own terms. Self-love gives you the courage to set boundaries and say no to things that don't serve you. It empowers you to prioritize your well-being without guilt and to walk away from situations or relationships that diminish your sense of self-worth. This is not about arrogance or a lack of care for others. It's about recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Loving yourself allows you to show up fully for others without losing yourself in the process. Another powerful aspect of self-love is the way it fosters resilience. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and disappointments, but when you have a strong foundation of self-love, you're better equipped to navigate these difficulties. You no longer see failure as a reflection of your worth, but as a stepping stone for growth. You give yourself permission to make mistakes, to learn, and to evolve without harsh self-judgment. This resilience allows you to bounce back stronger and more determined, knowing that your value remains intact regardless of circumstances. Self-love also influences how you allow others to treat you. When you respect and honor yourself, you set a standard for how others should treat you. You no longer tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or neglect, because you understand that you are deserving of love and kindness. This doesn't mean demanding perfection from others, but it does mean being clear about your worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Healthy relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or professional, are built on mutual respect and understanding, and self-love lays the groundwork for these connections to flourish. Self-love inspires growth. When you truly care about yourself, you become invested in your own development. You pursue your dreams not out of a need to prove your worth, but because you believe in your potential. You take care of your physical, emotional, and spiritual health, not as a punishment or obligation, but as an act of love. This self-investment leads to a life that feels authentic and fulfilling, one that aligns with your values and passions. Loving yourself also creates a sense of inner peace. When you stop chasing external validation, You free yourself from the constant pressure to perform, please, or compete. You become comfortable in your own skin, content with who you are. This inner peace doesn't mean you stop striving for growth or improvement. It simply means you do so from a place of self-acceptance rather than self-criticism. You recognize that you are a work in progress, and you embrace the journey with grace and patience. Self-love is not always easy. It requires practice, patience, and a willingness to confront the parts of ourselves we may not like or understand. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even when it's hard, and choosing to treat yourself with kindness and respect. It's about celebrating your strengths and forgiving your shortcomings. Over time, this practice becomes a way of life, transforming not only how you see yourself, but also how you engage with the world. Self-love is the foundation of self-worth. It reminds you that you are not defined by external achievements, relationships, or appearances, but by the intrinsic value you hold as a unique individual. When you love yourself, you create a life that reflects that worth, a life filled with joy, purpose, and the confidence to be unapologetically yourself. Chasing depletes, attracting elevates. This principle, though simple, holds profound truths about how we navigate our lives, relationships, and aspirations. Chasing is rooted in lack and desperation, often fueled by the belief that we must strive relentlessly to achieve or attain something. It is an act of pouring out energy, sometimes into places and people that may never reciprocate. On the other hand, attracting is a state of confidence, grounded in knowing your worth and trusting that what aligns with your energy and values will find its way to you. It is about becoming a magnet for the things meant for you rather than running after what isn't. When we chase, we place ourselves in a position of scarcity. It implies that we don't believe we are enough as we are, that something outside of us will complete or validate us. Chasing relationships, opportunities, or recognition often comes from a place of fear of missing out, fear of not being seen, fear of being left behind. This mindset can be exhausting, leaving us drained and often dissatisfied because the energy of chasing rarely leads to fulfillment. Even when we do achieve what we're chasing, it can feel hollow, as if the victory doesn't match the effort we invested. Chasing also puts us in a position of dependence on external validation. It ties our worth to the responses and decisions of others. We may find ourselves bending over backward to please, impress, or persuade, hoping for acceptance or approval. This approach diminishes our sense of self and places our power in the hands of others. The constant effort to prove ourselves can lead to burnout and a loss of identity as we mold ourselves to fit expectations that may not even align with our true selves. On the other hand, attracting operates from a place of abundance. It is the understanding that what is meant for you will not pass you by. It doesn't mean sitting idly and waiting for things to happen. Rather, it is about cultivating a sense of wholeness within yourself. When you know your worth and carry yourself with confidence, you naturally draw people, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with your energy. Attraction is about alignment. It's about living authentically and letting the right things come to you, not because you're chasing them, but because you're embodying the qualities and values that invite them into your life. Attracting is powerful because it comes from a place of self-assurance. You don't need to convince anyone of your value because you already know it. This doesn't mean arrogance. It means a quiet, unshakable confidence that says, I am enough. When you operate from this mindset, you're not swayed by rejection or setbacks because your worth isn't tied to external outcomes. Instead, you see every closed door as a redirection, a sign that something better is on the horizon. The energy of attraction is magnetic. It's rooted in authenticity and self-love. When you love yourself, you set boundaries, prioritize your well-being, and refuse to settle for less than you deserve. This creates a ripple effect, signaling to the world that you know your value. People and opportunities that align with your energy are naturally drawn to you because you radiate confidence and self-respect. Unlike chasing, which can feel forced and frantic, attracting feels effortless and natural. It's not about manipulation or strategy. It's about being true to yourself and trusting that what aligns with you will come. Attracting also allows you to conserve your energy. Instead of pouring yourself out in pursuit of what you want, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. You invest your energy in growth, self-care, and passion, creating a life that reflects your values and desires. This shift in focus not only elevates your own sense of well-being, but also enhances your ability to attract what is truly meant for you. When you stop chasing and start attracting, you find that life flows more smoothly. Challenges still arise, but they no longer feel insurmountable because you're operating from a place of inner strength and balance. Another key difference between chasing and attracting lies in the quality of the outcomes. When you chase, you may end up with things that don't truly fulfill you because you were focused on the pursuit rather than the alignment. Attracting, however, brings things that are a natural fit for who you are. The relationships, opportunities, and experiences that come your way feel right because they resonate with your values and energy. This alignment creates a deeper sense of satisfaction and joy because you're not forcing or settling, you're receiving what is meant for you. The shift from chasing to attracting requires faith in yourself, faith in your worth, and faith in the timing of your life. It means letting go of control and trusting that you don't have to force things to make them happen. This trust doesn't come easily, especially in a world that often equates effort with worthiness. But when you embrace the power of attraction, you realize that it's not about doing more, it's about being more. It's about stepping into your power, knowing that you are enough, and allowing life to unfold in alignment with who you are. Chasing depletes because it takes away from your energy, your peace, and often your sense of self. Attracting elevates because it centers you in your worth and allows you to move through life with confidence and grace. The choice is always yours to run after what you think you need or to stand in your power and trust that what is meant for you will find its way to you. When you choose the latter, you step into a life of greater ease, joy, and fulfillment. Guarding your heart and mind is one of the most vital practices in navigating life with purpose and peace. Your heart and mind are the core of who you are, shaping your thoughts, emotions, actions, and ultimately your destiny. They are the seat of your innermost being, the wellspring of your decisions and beliefs, and the guiding forces that influence how you interact with the world. When you guard your heart and mind, you protect yourself from negativity, distraction, and harm, allowing space for growth, clarity, and alignment with your values. In a world filled with distractions and pressures, guarding your heart and mind requires intentionality. It means being mindful of what you allow into your life, what you listen to, watch, and engage with. Your thoughts and emotions are heavily influenced by the inputs you consume. If you fill your mind with negativity, gossip, or fear, those influences will shape your outlook and choices. Conversely, surrounding yourself with positivity, wisdom, and truth strengthens your mental and emotional resilience, enabling you to face challenges with grace and courage. Guarding your heart and mind also involves setting boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to shut others out, but gates to ensure that what enters your life aligns with your values and well-being. This includes relationships, environments, and even the internal dialogue you entertain. When you let go of toxic influences, whether people who drain your energy, habits that hinder your growth, or thoughts that diminish your self-worth, you create space for what uplifts and nourishes you. Boundaries are an act of self-respect, a declaration that you value your peace and purpose too much to compromise them for anything less. Another crucial aspect of guarding your heart and mind is managing your emotions. While it's natural to feel a range of emotions, unchecked or unprocessed emotions can cloud your judgment and lead to decisions that don't serve you. Guarding your heart means recognizing your emotions without letting them control you. It's about pausing before reacting, seeking wisdom before responding, and ensuring that your actions align with your true intentions rather than fleeting feelings. This practice strengthens your emotional intelligence and deepens your ability to maintain calm and focus in the face of challenges. Your mind is a battlefield where thoughts constantly compete for dominance. Guarding your mind means taking an active role in directing your thoughts. It's easy to fall into patterns of worry, doubt, or negativity, but when you guard your mind, you choose to replace those patterns with thoughts that build you up. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or suppressing difficult emotions. It means framing your perspective in a way that empowers you to move forward. Gratitude, affirmations, and mindfulness are tools that can help you cultivate a mindset rooted in positivity and possibility. The practice of guarding your heart and mind also extends to protecting your time and energy. Every day, you face countless demands that vie for your attention. Without clear priorities, it's easy to become overwhelmed or distracted by things that don't truly matter. Guarding your time means being selective about where you invest your energy, ensuring that it aligns with your goals and values. It means saying no to what doesn't serve your growth so that you can say yes to what does. This disciplined focus allows you to live intentionally and make progress toward the life you envision. Faith and spirituality play a significant role in guarding your heart and mind. When you ground yourself in faith, you develop a deeper sense of purpose and a foundation for navigating life's uncertainties. Faith offers clarity amid confusion, strength in times of weakness, and peace in the midst of chaos. It provides a lens through which to view challenges as opportunities for growth and setbacks as stepping stones toward a greater plan. Trusting in a higher power allows you to release the burdens of worry and fear, knowing that you are not alone and that your path is guided. Guarding your heart and mind doesn't mean shutting yourself off from the world or avoiding all challenges. It's about equipping yourself to engage with life from a place of strength and integrity. Challenges will come, and not every situation can be controlled, but by guarding your inner being, you ensure that external circumstances do not dictate your internal peace. You learn to stand firm in who you are, making decisions from a place of clarity and confidence rather than confusion or pressure. This practice is not about perfection, but about progress. There will be moments when your heart feels heavy or your mind feels cluttered. But guarding them means taking the time to recalibrate. It's about consistently checking in with yourself, assessing what's influencing you, and making adjustments as needed. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, shaping a life where peace and purpose prevail. By guarding your heart and mind, you create a foundation for a fulfilling and intentional life. You protect your inner world from the noise and negativity of the external world, allowing your true self to thrive. This act of self-care empowers you to navigate life with resilience, focus, and a deep sense of alignment with your values and purpose. It's a commitment to yourself that transforms not only how you experience the world, but also how you contribute to it. Letting your purpose lead the way is about aligning your life with the deeper meaning and values that drive you. It's not just about achieving goals or meeting societal expectations. It's about living authentically and intentionally. Your purpose acts as a guiding star, directing your actions, decisions, and relationships toward what truly matters. When you allow your purpose to take the lead, you step into a life of clarity, fulfillment, and resilience. Purpose is not something you chase, it's something you uncover. It resides within you, waiting to be discovered through introspection, experience, and growth. It's found in the passions that ignite your soul, the values that ground you, and the unique contributions you are meant to make in the world. Letting your purpose lead the way requires the courage to look inward and ask the deeper questions: what am I here for? What truly fulfills me? How can I make a difference? These questions serve as the foundation for a life guided by purpose rather than by external pressures or fleeting desires. When purpose becomes your compass, your decisions are no longer dictated by fear, comparison, or societal norms. Instead, they are rooted in authenticity and conviction. This alignment creates a sense of peace and confidence because you're no longer trying to fit into a mold that doesn't suit you. You're no longer living to please others or chasing goals that don't resonate with your true self. Instead, you're walking a path that feels right, even if it doesn't align with conventional expectations. Purpose provides the clarity to say no to distractions and yes to opportunities that align with your vision. Letting your purpose lead also transforms how you approach challenges. Life is not without obstacles, but when you're anchored in purpose, those challenges become opportunities for growth rather than setbacks. Purpose gives you the strength to persevere when the path gets difficult, reminding you why you started in the first place. It keeps you focused on the bigger picture, helping you navigate hardships with resilience and grace. Even when the journey feels uncertain, purpose provides the assurance that you're moving in the right direction. Purpose also brings fulfillment because it connects you to something larger than yourself. It shifts your focus from simply achieving personal success to contributing to the greater good. Whether your purpose lies in creating, serving, teaching, or inspiring, it taps into a deeper sense of meaning. This connection to a greater cause enriches your life, bringing joy and satisfaction that material achievements alone cannot provide. When your actions are aligned with purpose, every step you take feels significant, and every effort feels worthwhile. Living a purpose-led life doesn't mean that every moment will be filled with certainty or ease. There will be times when doubts creep in, when the path feels unclear, or when the weight of responsibilities threatens to pull you off course. But purpose is not about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about consistently choosing to realign with your vision and values, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. It's about trusting that each step, no matter how small, is leading you closer to the life you're meant to live. Purpose also fosters connection. When you live with intention, you attract relationships and opportunities that resonate with your values. People are drawn to authenticity, and when you lead with purpose, you create a ripple effect, inspiring others to pursue their own paths. This shared sense of purpose strengthens relationships, creating a network of support and encouragement that helps you stay grounded and motivated. Letting your purpose lead doesn't require monumental changes. It begins with small, intentional actions. It's about making daily choices that align with your values and bring you closer to your goals. It's about prioritizing what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't serve your vision. These small steps, taken consistently, build momentum and create a life that reflects your purpose. When purpose leads the way, your life takes on a new depth. You become more present, more intentional, and more at peace. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself because your worth is not tied to external achievements. Instead, it comes from within, from knowing that you're living a life true to yourself. This alignment brings a sense of freedom and empowerment, allowing you to navigate life with confidence and clarity. Letting your purpose lead is about trusting yourself in the journey. It's about embracing the unique path you're meant to walk, knowing that every twist and turn is shaping you into who you're meant to be. It's about honoring your gifts, following your passions, and making a difference in your own way. When you let your purpose take the lead, you step into a life of meaning, fulfillment, and endless possibility. As you move forward, let your purpose illuminate the path ahead. Trust in the unique gifts you've been given and let them guide your every step. When you align with what truly matters to you, life becomes more than a series of tasks or challenges. It becomes a journey filled with meaning, resilience, and joy. Let your purpose be your compass, your anchor, and your driving force, reminding you every day that you are here for something greater. Walk boldly in that truth and watch as the world transforms around you in ways you never imagined.